I think we're going to win the championship.
What did he just say?
We are going to win the championship.
During NBA's All-Star Weekend, while Steph was doing this, Draymond was guaranteeing to the world that the Warriors will win the title. The internet took pretty strongly to this.
I damn sure don't expect them to make a deep playoff run. Draymond said he doesn't fear any team in the West. UD, I ask you, who fears Golden State, even with Jimmy Butler?
Maybe Draymond was having too good of a time. Maybe he was at home, Chase Arena there, feeling good with the people. No, Draymond, you're not going to win the title.
While it obviously sounds ridiculous at face value for anyone, much less Draymond Green on a 500 team to be guaranteeing a championship, it might be worth consideration.
Butler to the Warriors, combined with the return of Jonathan Kuminga, might be one of the larger trade deadline shifts in recent memory.
And in a competitive Western Conference, who's to say what can happen? Let's review. When analyzing a team and their odds at winning a title, there are really three key qualities that have historically mattered. First, an otherworldly superstar capable of completely shouldering an offense, and doing so for at least 16 brutal games. Second, a strong defense, in the top 10 or so in defensive rating, usually anchored by some particular defensive trait, like rim protection or on-ball hounds or extremely switchable wings. And finally, a great track record during the regular season. But do the Warriors have any of these things?
Nope.
Of all the qualities required of a championship contender, the Warriors passed this one with flying colors. Stephen Curry may be in the twilight years of his career, but he's still one of one, a complete virtuoso that continues to have the most unimaginable shot-making ability in the league. On the court, Steph still has a greater effect on the geometry of a defense than any other player in the NBA. He continuously causes extreme confusion within defenses that abandon all principles and panic at the last second to contest his threes. The Warriors can still reasonably spam high ball screens with Steph plus anyone to generate wide open shots. And above all, he's gained a partner that can take advantage of his gravitational pull and keep other lineups afloat when Steph needs rest. Steph Curry, in all his years of winning titles and keeping the Warriors afloat, is still decidedly not the same player he was 3 or even 4 years ago. He requires more rest. He doesn't dust everyone at the point of attack. But undeniably, he's still one of the NBA's greatest offensive engines and is definitely still capable of shouldering a championship offense. And I think his resume, the Paris Olympics, and this season alone prove that. For as long as the Warriors have been the dynastic Golden State Warriors, they've had a dominant, switchable defense anchored by none other than the guarantor himself, the stopper, the OG modern small ball 5, Draymond Green. The Warriors played by several defensive principles backed by the generational talents of Draymond Green. They play no middle. This means that on the perimeter, the Warriors defense is trying as hard as possible to prevent the offense from getting the ball into the middle of the court into the paint. This manifests in things like icing screens. This pick and roll coverage focuses on preventing the ball handler from using the screen and thereby sending them towards the sideline. But when you ice ball screens like the Warriors do, you're also relying heavily on your help defense to be timely and on point. Enter Draymond Green, whose ability to provide that timely help and guard multiple positions is essential for the Warriors' defense. This season, the Warriors have had their share of defensive troubles with their ultra-deep rotation in the early season and glaring defensive weak points at the point of attack. But with Jerry Stackhouse implementing a much more aggressive defensive style, bolstered by an energetic rotation with pieces like GP2 and Moses Moody, the Warriors' defense has remained afloat. Just take a look at the best defenses in the league this year, and you'll see that the Warriors definitely don't have a wall of wings like the Thunder, nor are they possessing towering rim protectors like the Cavaliers. But still, they're a top 10 defense, 9th in the league with a defensive rating of 112.8. Now, this is where things get complicated.
Close your eyes.
On record alone, it's hard to say that a one game above 500 team has had anything but a mediocre season. I think Warriors fans would not contest that since a hot 12-3 start, the Warriors have had a horrible, anxiety-inducing stretch of close games, blown leads, and blowouts. While they've had some signature wins against contender status teams like the Celtics and the Thunder, the Warriors decidedly have not had a great track record this season. But then the trade deadline happened. Historically, there have been little to no trade deadline moves that have dramatically altered the story of that NBA season. And even this season alone, Jimmy Butler was far from the biggest move. And while the Warriors have looked great in the 4 games since Jimmy Butler arrived, I don't think anyone can confidently say whether he's enough. But to the Warriors, Jimmy represents hope. He provides the shot creation punch that Steph removed the Warriors haven't had in years. He provides the defensive pull that rivals that of Klay Thompson. And he is seemingly developing a really great playmaking chemistry with Steph and Draymond that can really come in handy when the Warriors are tasked with dissecting stout playoff defenses. But perhaps importantly and intangibly, he inspires belief.
Shout out to Jimmy Butler. Completely changed the belief of this team.
Belief that the Warriors can win. Still, none of this matters if the Warriors don't make the playoffs or even the play-in. And at 28-27, the Warriors have a 27-game sprint to the finish that will require them to win much more than they lose and feature must-win nights against teams in the 4 through 12 range, notably the Kings and the Mavericks, and they'll also need these wins to even make the playoffs. But with the easiest remaining schedule in the league, the Warriors might, just might, be able to finish with a good season. So are the Warriors contenders?
Nah.
Say that one more time so that everybody here can
Say that with your chest.
I didn't hear you. My earpiece.
No, we should be asking, are the Warriors going to win the championship? 3 years after reaching the highest of highs and perhaps the signature championship of the Warriors dynasty, the Warriors find themselves an almost completely different team with an older Steph, an older Draymond, no Klay, no Jordan Poole, and now Jimmy Butler. But they also exist in a competitive Western Conference where they've demonstrated that they can hang with the best if the stars are aligned. So are they going to win the championship?
We are going to win the championship.
If I was betting my money on it, probably not. But are they going to try? And do they have the pieces to inspire the belief that they can within themselves and their fan base? Hell yes. Thanks for watching. Let us know if you agree.